No.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely.
Okay. Oh.
Yeah, I'm ready when you are.
Okay, I am ready. There's so much I could learn. So many accomplished detectives I could meet. Let me get back on here real quick. Hold up. Accomplished detectives I could meet. Oh, didn't you need me send it? Or you got it?
I got it. I know I subscribed to your YouTube.
Thank you. So many accomplished detectives I can meet. Ideal detectives like the ones I aspire to be, the kind who could have prevented the tragedy that unfolded before my eyes 10 years ago. I'm sure you have a million questions, but I want to hear what you intend first. Will you join us at the table and help? Oh my god. I'm sure you have a million questions.
I love how you went from the word perspective to, oh yeah, let me teach you some things. Help us out, join the crew.
Yeah. I'm sure you have a million questions, but I want to hear what you intend first. Will you join us at the table and help stop the quartering duke?
Yes or no.
Give me your answer. Yes or no? How can I hesitate? I state my intentions loud and clear. I mean, there's only one answer, and it's yes, apparently. So, yes. The moment I tried to answer, senior detective's arm hooks around my neck. Oh! And begins to squeeze like a vice. What are you doing? It's so tight I can't breathe. I fail and kick frantically, but all I hit is the air of the ground below my feet. I feel a prick as a slender needle pierced the skin of my neck. What the fuck? Erg. What feels like liquid ice begins to pump through my veins. My skin turns pale, my limbs go numb, and my strength fades. My vision blurs as my legs start to give out, I sag against the man restraining me. And then, as if the stars have been swept from the night sky, everything goes black. While it's true that I ask, there was never actually the option to refuse. For you see, you have a duty to attend the detective elimination project. What? Process of elimination? Okay. I guess we couldn't trust the detective guy. I haven't felt this way in a long time. My consciousness drags sluggishly as if I'm trapped in thick mud, helplessly sinking deeper and deeper. As much as I try to shut it out, that traumatic nightmare pulls me in once again. Oh. Okay. In my dream, I'm running down a dark, frigid corridor, holding on tight to the hand of a girl my age. Oh, Walter, I can't run anymore. You need to go on without me. You have to escape. What are you saying, Saito? We're getting out of here. I made a promise, didn't I? But my legs. The girl is beautiful, with bewitching black hair, pure white skin, and light purple eyes reminiscing of hydrangeas.
Quick question. Who is she?
I don't know. Maybe his sister, perhaps? I remember nothing about her, but I'm sure that at the time she was very precious to me. Okay. And then, oh, well, okay. Right before my eyes, a blade swings down and slashes her, covering her in a burst of red. Well, that's very tragic. Saika, why? Oh, I clench onto her before she can collapse and face the criminal that did this to her. Oh, what the hell? What is this thing? Gasp. Eek. The massive, unmistakably inhuman silhouette emits a strange mechanical whir. Its murderous intent is nearly enough to pierce through flesh as it focuses on me. I prepare to die as no more than a child. Oh god. But at that moment, go, Wato. The girl in my arms strains to get the words out as her voice begins to fail. I must escape if I leave her now and run. I might escape if I leave her now and run, but maybe I can still save her. There's no way I can just abandon her. You have to live. Awesome. Become the hero who will save everyone. No. Damn. That's all I can remember. My memory cuts out completely, as if the next page has been torn out. Yeah. However, since I'm alive, it's obvious what came after. Obviously.
Well, that's one way to
I I I traded Saika's life to save my own.
Oh wow.
Dang. I wonder who she was to him. This was the mass kidnapping and confinement incident I was in a decade ago. Dang. The reason I became a detective. Wow, you got some baggage, that's for sure. A shadowy organization took 16 children and locked them in an underground prison for a month, never to be caught. Sound like Danganronpa? Am I supposed to just live with the sacrifices that came out of that, like, Saika? I was too incompetent to save even one girl, but I refused to leave it there. My heart and soul demand I see it through. I will become a great detective, a hero, and one day I'll reveal the truth behind what happened 10 years ago. Oh, ugh. I finally come to. My eyelids are so heavy, just opening them is an undertaking. Oh, there was a long dream. Hold up.
It's okay.
Okay. There was a long dream. It was one I've had countless times before. Of that fateful day, I swear I became a detective. The incident remains unsolved to this day. What really happened all those years ago? What really happened all those years? The incident remains unsolved to this day. What really happened all those years ago? As a survival, the vague testimony I provided didn't help much. The case had gone cold for 10 years now. I've got to find the truth, to track down the villain who killed Saika, the girl I owe my life to. That's why I entered this line of work. But that aside, my whole body's aching right now. My mattress feels like a rock and smells like rust. I managed to pry my eyes open, but everything's pitch black. What's more, I can't even move. My limbs are restraining like I've been wrapped in some kind of sleeping bag. Don't tell me I'm trapped in here. What's going on? Muttering all my strength, I tried to worm my way out. Suddenly, my vision is flooded by a bright light. Oh, dang. Huh? Whatever restrained my slackens as my own momentum forces me upright. The sight I'm met with is a forest, and that sound are those ocean waves? Lush wood like lies before my eyes. Beneath me is an old
like lies.
Did I say that wrong?
I don't know. Hold on. Oh, okay.
Beneath.
I heard you. I think said like wise. I was like, huh?
Oh. I don't know. Beneath me is an old rusty locker. Guess that's what I'd been stuffed in just a second ago. Oh, youch. He says youch. My whole body's killing me. How long was I crammed in this thing? Who would do this to me and why? When did I even get there? What the heck is going on? My head swirls in confusion as I try to recall what happened last. That's right. I met that old man, senior detective, and then the haziness clears as I begin to remember. I was suddenly attacked by a senior detective and eventually lost consciousness. He claimed to be part of the Detective Alliance, and maybe that was just a bluff. Wait, if he was lying about being a part of the DA, that means the pet killer is still large. I got to get back ASAP. I reached to grab my.
I'm not getting over how did he let himself get faded by an 80-year-old man.
I know. Oh my gosh. I was like shocked. I was like, oh my god. He grabbed his throat. What the heck? I was like, oh my god, this guy is stupid. Our protagonist, who we are, is stupid. I reached to grab my smartphone, but after a frantic search, I realized that my front pocket has been emptied. As I continue searching my person, I noticed an unfamiliar weight in my back pocket. That's weird. I don't normally keep stuff back there. Suspicious, I carefully plucked a foreign object from my pocket. It's a tablet device, like an oversized smartphone, but more or less. The moment I see it, though, a chill runs down my spine. No, wait, is this? I lift it up, touching the button out of habit. Then a notification appears. Authentication successful. Oh my gosh. Good morning, Wato Hojo. Seems you got your D-pad working, Sure, you were drugged, but sakes alive. Boy, out cold for 3 days straight, minus 1 point. How is it his fault he was up for 3 days straight? What? Minus 1 point, okay. As the tablet comes to life, a familiar voice emanates from its speaker. This is Senior Detective, the agent who brought you here. We met 3 days ago. But to you, I felt like it was only just happened. Wait, I was out for 3 days? So Senior Detective's the one reaching out to me. I knew I recognized his voice from before. Still, his tone is pretty nonchalant for a kidnapper. I can't help but feel irritated. Well, I'm certain you think I've deceived you. You are, in fact, the newest member of the Detective Alliance. If you doubt me, view the detective roster on your D-pad, the electronic device you know as a trademark of the Alliance. As an official member of the Alliance, your personal information should already be recorded in the database. I open up the tablet and look through the roster he mentioned. There, I find my profile, beginning with my full legal name. Wata Hojo.
Full legal name.
Oh, right. Dang. Wata Hojo, detective rank number 100. Yep, that's me. It's even lists details only Mr. Gunjoji would know, like my skills and work experience.
Apparently you got 0 skill, but I mean, go off, I guess.
You still roasting him?
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Ouch. My special skills, housework. I'm no great detective, sure, but that's a low blow. My special skills, housework. I wonder what else is on here. It lists other detective ranks, Eliza's too, not to mention intel and investigation statuses on recent atrocities. From the latest incident all the way back to before I was born, it's a robust selection of key documents about case information to the public. Far too much for one person to read, frankly. Even at a glance, most of the content seems to be highly technical in nature. This is way too much effort for a prank. Meaning the DA really did recruit me? Can I trust what senior detective says? So I've actually been recruited by the Detective Alliance. This isn't a joke, right, senior detective sir? You're listening to a recording at present. An emergency came out, so I've hidden you in the woods while I go address it. What the heck? Why is that kind of funny?
He's like, oh yeah, don't move. Stay right there until I get back.
So that's how it is. I assume this was a phone call. Did you assume it was a phone call? Aren't you a detective? Aren't you supposed to detect this stuff? Like what? But I guess that's not the case. The detective setting must have been configured to play this voice. Oh my gosh, the device setting must have been configured to play this voice matches as soon as it's finished authenticating. When you're ready, open the map on your D-pad, then make your way through the woods and head for the manor at the peak. Once there, you should soon meet the others. I promise to head over myself once I'm able. So just wait for me in front of the manor. If this was a pre-recorded message, right? How did he know he was asleep for 3 days?
That's a good question. Unless whatever he did to him to apparently kill him, still don't know how that happened. But
knock him out. You mean?
Well, not kill him, but knock him out.
It only lasts for 3 days, but he was like, "Oh, it only took you 3 days minus the point." So what? Okay.
So maybe he kind of just left too?
Maybe, yeah. And one last thing, do not, under any circumstance, enter the structure you'll see along the way. Unauthorized entry will result in far worse than a subtraction of points. Follow my orders like your very life depends on it. Well, what happened if I lose all the points? Senior detective speaks without pause. The moment he's finished... Oh. The sound cuts out abruptly. She left the chat. I stand there in a daze, holding the tablet, my new D-pad, in one hand. I lift my head and peer through the tree line, making out the shape of a mountain with an imposing manor resting on its summit. Is that the building senior detective was referring to? While I don't fully trust him, my options are limited. Press for choice. I open the map application on my tablet. D-pad. Various graphics appear on screen, displaying this means I've been taken to a remote island. Morgue. Is that the name of this? Is that the name of this place? I've never heard of it. Could that be in a foreign country or something?
I don't think. Okay, buddy.
Morgue. Okay. Either way, getting all Goopy won't solve anything. Won't solve things. I used my finger to zoom in on the map, hoping to find more info to go off of. The screen then displays my current location and a few details about the vicinity. Just as Senior Detective said, there seems to be some sort of manor atop the peak, plus another structure near the tree line. Without any other clue to guide me, I decide to follow Senior Detective's instructions for now. Oh, I need to register my detective Alias. How the heck do you say that again? On here, but I don't have any talent, and I definitely regret putting something random. Nope, I got nothing. The tablet hums quietly as I trek out. Before long, I see a parting in the tree. A massive heliport stretches before me. To its right sits a relatively small 3-story building. Though it blocks my line of sight, I assume that the manor is just up ahead at the top of the hill. This structure here must be the one Senior Detective warned me against entering. It's not like I really trust the guy, so I'm admittedly a bit curious to seek out a peek inside. To sneak a peek inside. Oh my god. But as soon as the thought crossed my mind, a sudden sense of unease washed over me. On my tablet's map, I see numerous circular icons displayed within the building walls. That doesn't sound good. Not just a handful either. Dozens of icons crowded around like ants soaring over food. Judging by my own marker on the map, I think these icons are all people, but if that's the case, what does that mean? My apprehension refuses to die down. I get the sense that going in there would only end in regret, just as Senior Detective had warned. I need to decide my next step carefully. I will... Ooh. Okay, what do you want to do? Ignore it and head to the manor, or enter the building? What do you think? Hello?
Ignore it.
Ignore it? Okay. Janai, what do you think?
I would say enter the building. No, what the fuck? Listen, if we're gonna be stupid, we can play stupid.
Actually, you know what? You're right. Yeah, enter the building.
Enter the building? Oh god, I'm scared. Okay. I guess we're entering the building. Oh my god, oh my god. What's gonna happen? No doubt about it, I got to check this building out first. It will be risky to just badly trust Senior Detective after all. These circular icons are obviously people, which would indicate others are already in there. It makes a lot more sense to meet them here instead of wandering around on my own. Oh god. Why is it black and white? Senior Detective must be trying to prevent me from joining up with anyone else. That's gotta be it. Oh god. What is it? I'm scared. I speak aloud, desperately trying to claim my frantic heartbeat with great... whatever that word is. I slowly approach the entrance. A dark shadow is faintly visible from the glass door of the building, just as I had suspected. There are other people here. Without a moment of hesitation, I pushed the glass door open and rushed inside. Oh god. I'm not ready for what this is. Hello, I'm a new member of the Detective Alliance, and my voice hitches and my eyes widen like saucers as my train of thought comes to a grinding halt. All from the shock of seeing the horrific scene, oh god, that lays before me. Oh god. A large mound rests in open space beyond the entryway. a haphazard pile, blackened and dead, reeking of rotten cheese and fetid garbage. Oh god. Ew. Oh, those are bodies. Convincing myself that it's fake, I draw closer, then I lock eyes with one. Its clouded gaze, a stark reminder of our shared misery. It's a pile of bodies. It's heartbreaking clear this corpse once belonged to a living being. Urgh. My stomach lurged, its contents spilling from my mouth. Ew. I can't take it. Sinking to my knees, I suck in heavy breaths as my heart hammers so hard it threatens to burst. Senior detective must have known. Regret fills me for not heeding his warning. I want to run, to break away, and leave this place forever. I desperately focus all my energy into every lungful of air I take. But my pulse won't slow down. but my pulse won't slow down. In fact, it keeps growing faster. My chest burns like it's on fire. No matter how hard I try to inhale, my chest only aches more and more until finally I can no longer breathe. Oh god, are we dead? What is happening? I can't. My instincts tell me I got to get outside, but my limbs are numb from the lack of oxygen, heavy and useless as I'm deep underwater. I crawl, inching along like a caterpillar, but the exit's too far away. A feeling of doom overwhelms me as my strength ebbs away. I can't breathe. I need air. I can't take any more of this. Please help me. Desperate, I try to scream, but I can't muster a sound. The pain is agonizing. All thoughts leave my head. Despite knowing no one will save me, my mind still cries out. Help, someone, please help. I can't breathe. It hurts. I need to get out. I don't want to die. Help, somebody, please help me, help me. Okay. Did we die? Something snaps. My vision falls, but at last the pain in my chest is finally gone. Oh god. We dead. Well. Oh. We're alive. Huh? With a start, I see the helicopter stretching before me once again. Heliport stretching before me once more. I take deep breaths, trying to calm myself. The air tastes good somehow. I'm not sure why, but I feel like I just woke up from a nightmare. Okay, that's weird. Oh, right. I was deciding whether I should go check out the building or head to the manor. Go to the peak or investigate the building. This could very well be a fateful fork in the path. I need to stay calm, think rationally, and make the right choices here. It's telling us we didn't think rationally. I will. Ignore it and head to the manor, I guess. I decided to do what senior detective suggested and make my way towards the manor at the peak of the mountain. My mentor always chides me for being so rash. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I wouldn't have been abducted if I had just waited for him like I was supposed to. Oh my god. Maybe. Maybe you wouldn't have. What's more, I got this deep feeling of dread whenever I look at that building to the right of the heliport. I should follow Senior Detective's advice, especially considering that he must have a way better grasp of the situation than me. What is this place really? This island? I make my way up the mountain quietly, grumbling to myself, when suddenly... Oh god. A chill runs down my spine. I quickly turn to look behind me. But the only thing in sight is that building. I get the strange feeling that going there would have had irrevocable consequences for me. Yeah, the last time we went in there, we sort of died. So, yeah. My uneasiness lingers, but I turn my back and keep going in spite of it. I wonder what killed them. I continue up the twisting mountain path for about 15 minutes until at last I arrive at the manor door. It was a gentle incline, but I'm still spent. I wearily take a seat, resting my back against the outside wall of the manor. This is the exact kind of setting you expect in any mystery novel. The manor's exterior speaks to its age and smells faintly of lumber. During my approach, I can only grasp at the structure's imposing beauty. Upon closer inspection, I notice its windows are constructed from an unnaturally thick glass, impossible to break or peek through. I stand up and circle the perimeter, but there doesn't appear to be any point of entry aside from the front door. If anything, it seems like it was built to. It seems like it was built to. If anything, it seems like it was built to house prisoners, not residents. This definitely isn't your average manor. What on earth could be awaiting within? I wonder that myself.
Yeah, maybe he's probably putting his detective skills to use.
Yeah, maybe. Who knows? I slow down and catch my breath. My hand is damp from sweat as I turn the knob of the manor's only entrance. A loud clang rings out as it swings open with ease. The interior seems normal enough. Am I just overthinking things? I ask weakly as I take a step inside. As soon as I let go of the knob, the door closes on its own. Not one moment later. Oh. Huh? A sharp pain suddenly erupts in my head, causing me to stagger involuntarily. A shadow at my feet expands rapidly. My spine tingles as I feel something rush quickly towards me. Without even a moment of hesitation, I kick out and leap to the other side. However, damn. Something slams hard against the back of my skull. The impact sends me flying. My vision swims, my mind already fading. I find myself unable to stand. Then the world fades to white. This dude keeps on getting hurt or knocked out. I swear.
Loki, I can't stand this guy.
Hey, he might become more likable. Yo guys, this chump ain't waking up. How about I kick him around a bit? Don't be so violent, Rowdy. I hear voices nearby. I told the side with doleful here. Violence is so not cool. Why don't we just dump a bucket of water on him instead? That idea is just extreme downtown. Let's try and consider our options rationally. Mayhaps his vital organs are unresponsive. I shall administer a cardiac massage at once. No need for that. I think he's waking up. Ooh. I open my eyes, but my vision is blurred. The dizzying pain in my head is unbearable. There's a constant ringing in my ear, and my body won't move an inch. A wave of nausea comes over me, but I manage to stop myself from groaning. What happened? I was vaguely recalled being hit by something the moment I stepped into the manor. At last, my vision finally clears up. Who are you people? When my eyes refocus, I met with several unfamiliar faces and a sturdy rope binding me. I'm tied up, surrounded by a group of strangers. What in the world is going on? Yo, yeah, lousy intruder. A girl in a sports jacket grabs me by... Why does he keep getting grabbed by the freaking throat, dude? Grabs me by the throat, glowering menacingly. She looks at the... She looks to be in her her early teens, but her strength is incredible. I can't get up peep out while trapped in her iron grip. Yeah, I got some stones jumping us on our home turf. Who you spying for, huh? Huh? Calm down, rowdy detective. To hell with that. That might have offed some of our own. Plus, he won't even give us an answer. I ain't just gonna let that slide. Well, he can't talk if you're actively choking him now, can he? Huh? Crap, you got a point, detective. Sorry, intruder, my bad, 100%. The girl in the sports jacket let me go, then immediately falls to her knees, touching her head to the floor as she apologizes. Oh, jeez. It's okay, you don't need to grovel about it. I'm still in the dark here, but I get that you have every reason to suspect me. That checks out, but it doesn't make us right. Doesn't make us right. One bad turn deserves another, so come on, hit me. Oh god. Don't hit her. No way I'm gonna do it. Besides, I can't. I'm all tied up, so please. I have literally no idea what's happening. Who are all of you? What is this island? What's going on? I asked the so-called rowdy detective my questions. The boy in the wheelchair approaches us. Yeah, all I know is that senior detective brought me here. Senior detective? The boy called Techie Detective cups his chin and thought. I checked your eyes to verify you were unconscious. We'll just assume that it wasn't self-induced ruse for now, but Senior Detective bringing you to HQ? That doesn't sit well with me. Where do you fit in with the rest of us? What do you have to do with the Courting Duke investigation? Yo, Earth Detective Detective. Ow. Oh, sorry. I was lost in thought. Rowdy Detective pokes Techie Detective, snapping him out of his trance. He dips his head in apology. I'm as confused as ever right now, but I have heard of these two detectives before. Does that mean that all of them are... Anyway, should we let the guy loose, keep drilling him while he's all tied up, and people are going to think we're into this kind of stuff? Hold on, Downtown Detective. She's kind of cute. Huh? What? Oh god. Oh, sorry, it's just, we should wait a bit longer, I think. The trendy girl responds with indignation, causing the frail boy to tear up. Nevertheless, he doesn't back down. Our enemy wields a deadly poison that can kill over 20 people. If this is him, he can wipe us all out just by scattering a trace amount of it. Freeing him out, at least a pat-down would be far too dangerous. These people are smart. Well, at least he's smart. Oh yeah, I guess I got a little antsy there. My bad. Even though her idea got rejected, the trendy girl called Downtown Detective laughs as if nothing happened. Thanks, Doleful Detective. No running number 14. Nonsense, I'm just paranoid. Still, I don't want any more victims like all those people in the research facility. That's where we died. If anything, we need to be overcautious. The somewhat androgynous youth speaks with a voice full of fear. Victims, like those in the research facility, the comments catch my attention, but now isn't the time to be asking questions. Instead, I've held my tongue and continue to watch in silence. Fear not, Sir Doleful Detective, even should his intentions prove nefarious, I always protect him. Sword to protect you. Why is there an armored detective?
Oh, hell no.
Why is an armored detective? That I feel like I don't know how I feel about that. Okay. Sword to protect you. The armored man rests his one hand on the youth he called Doleful Detective and the other on Downtown Detective. Thanks, armor. Physical exertion is a lot for me, so I appreciate it. Though the boy smiles at armored detective, Downtown Detective voice off the gauntlet, looking utterly repulsed. Dang! Yeah, no, I'm good. You're like suffocating me. Would you back off, number 32? Dang.
我の序列を覚えてくれているのか。このメンバーで唯一の30位以下だというのに。我は感動したぞ。必ずお主の命を守り抜こう。
皮肉が通じないんですけど。Our detective happily strides closer to Downtown Detective. I don't think she wants you that close to you, dude. He doesn't seem to notice the look of genuine disgust on her face.
Moving
on, we should touch base with the chief on our D-pad. We're lucky our devices will allow us to communicate from the manor to the research facility. A man who looks like a corporate employee joins the conversation. He holds a familiar tablet-like device in his hand, the D-pad, the trademark of the Detective Alliance. My heart beats fast in spite of myself, as I guess the nature of my company. Thanks, workaholic. Always so quick on your feet. Adulting 101, plan, do check, act, haha. As for seeing you here, I got in touch with the chief, and he is indeed a fellow member of the DA. That's a unique name for a detective. To be safe, I like to confirm with you directly. This is no mistake, right? Right, no mistake about it, though I only just got my D-pad. Honestly, I'm completely new to this. Everything clicks into place as I speak with the man referred to as Workaholic Detective. I knew it. They are a part of the Alliance, and these aren't just any average members. They're so famous even a nobody like me knows of them. And nobody like you? Dang, dude. There could only be one possible reason why a group of detectives like this would be gathered here. It was the same thing I have been brought for, to discuss how to handle the courting Duke. They're all here for that meeting, no doubt. The only question that remains is why would a new recruit who lacks even proper alias be here at the detective HQ? Were you also invited to participate in our discussion regarding how to deal with the courting Duke? Yes, senior detective explained it to me. Oh, that's right. I have my own D-pad too. So the one in your shirt pocket really was yours. My apologies. I took the liberty of searching for you. I feel like this is somebody one of y'all would simp over for. What? When? I don't know how, but Workaholic Detective is clearly holding my device. The fact he could swipe it without my noticing is terrifying. Now then, if you would allow me to borrow your hand for just a moment. Hey Regina, I think he's asking for your hand in marriage. I don't know, never mind.
Ew, no.
No!
I'm gonna have to decline.
What? Okay. Workaholic Detective grabs my hand to bypass the D-pad's fingerprint authentication. Navigating to the message application with practice ease. He seemed to be checking my invitation to the courting Duke meeting, which I had been reading just before I fell unconscious. I see. See, it's not the same message as the one I received. It appears you truly will be joining us. Relief washes through me at workaholic detective smile, but it doesn't last long. That being said, anyone capable of infiltrating this island would have no trouble faking a simple email. Okay. I don't think Walt will know how to do that. Workaholic detective smiles turn grim. His piercing gaze cuts through me, making my body flare up with goosebumps. Making lousy knockoffs and you're asking for a one-way ticket to hell, pal, courtesy of my fist. You don't give off that unique presence the rest of us detectives have. Just who are you? We lack sufficient data for any conclusion. For now, we have no choice but to keep them under surveillance until we can find out more. The other detective watch me warily. Their eyes make it abundantly clear that they're on high alert. I completely understand why they suspect my exceptional circumstances, but that doesn't make their look sting any less. Their look sting any less. Dwelling on doleful detective's unsettling remark earlier leads me to wonder what happened to the Detective Alliance. Look, being on edge won't help us at all, so why don't we just, bring him along? We still gotta find the old man senior. So it's not like we have any time to stand around arguing. Our minds are as one lady downtown. Detective, I fully concur. Let us treat him as a compatriot until more evidence appears. Our minds are miles apart, weirdo, but whatever. Oh my god. Call me an airhead, but I'm with armor on this. I think it'll be chill to take him with. Besides, I know my mystery stories. Building up would be like total suicide. Mystery stories, you say? Techie detective smiles warily as rowdy detective grabs the rope tying me up. Yeah, downtown's got the right idea. Oh, what'd you just do? Oh. Rowdy detective tears my restraints apart, as if they're made of paper. I can now move freely, except for my bound hands. But still, what raw physical strength. It's hard to believe a girl smaller than me can be so powerful. Mistrusting each other is exactly what the quartering duke wants, so for now, I'll trust you too. Sigh, I wish you'd ask before acting, but at least I do agree with the notion. My search didn't turn up anything suspicious. Until further notice, you'll be coming with us, seeing as this is a race against the clock. I'll have to catch you up as we move along. Thank you. The detectives head out one after another. Now that the mood has lightened up a bit, I can't help but let out a sigh of relief. I've seen plenty of suspects get interrogated in mystery novels and shows, but never did I expect to be the one in the hot seat. Life sure keeps you on your toes. That reminds me, what should we call you, intruder? You don't have a detective alias yet, right? This is your chance to pick one. Oh god. Well, my name is... I barely stopped myself from answering downtown detective with my real name. Luckily, he's smart enough not to do that. Keeping your name secret is the first rule of Detective Alliance. It could be deadly for your identity to get out between cases. Oh, yeah, no kidding. That's why, upon joining the DA, members are given one-word code names based on defining characteristics of theirs. The code name is known as Detective Alias. I've longed to have one of my own ever since Mr. Gonjoy told me about them. My detective alias is Despite my yearning for one, it's hard to think of anything on the spot. I have no experience, skill, or defining characteristics. Oh my god. This guy, I swear. Into the Detective Alliance. Plot armor, for sure. Wait, is it that hard? You're older than me. Shouldn't you have more life experience? Like, seriously, dude. I can't even with you. I wonder how old he is. Sorry, this is really embarrassing. Well, let's think of one together. What are your skills? Anything you're good at, as in all the cases you've been in so far? I'm good at finding cats. They like me.
Of course.
Downtown Detective gives a deep sigh. My amateur status fills me with shame. Alrighty then, how about we call you incompetent detective? Incompetent detective. Wait, what? Oh my gosh. Our name changed to incompetent. Now that's just cruel. You might as well be saying good for nothing. I mean, not that isn't true, but still. Oh my goodness. I'd obviously prefer a different name, but before I can object. Hey, everyone, until we think of something better, this here is incompetent Detective K. Nice and humble, setting for a young gun itching to find his place in the world. I see, so it's character of your trait, in the same vein as Duffel and Workaholic. Right, you're one of us now, incompetent. Oh my god.
呼び名があると仲間らしさがぐっと強まるのである。よろしく頼むぞ、無能殿。
I am at your service, sir. Incompetent.
このご利用しな空気、
Picking on the new guy takes
自
me
分の
back.
時を思い出すな。
Oh my god. Incompetent detective rapidly gains the approval of the rest, so rapidly that it's too late to dispute it. Much to my charge? Whatever. Oh, look how fast your new name caught on. I'm so happy for you, incompetent. It doesn't make me happy at all. Despite my protest, Downtown Detective ignores me, flashing a devilish smile. Thus did I become incompetent detective, and an official member of the Detective Alliance. Well, that's hilarious. What is going on? A bright red carpet covers the floor, and landscape painting adorns the walls of the corridor. The detective explains the situation as we walk down the passageway, the scent of the roses on display around us, drifting in the air.
君が連れてこられたこの場所は地図にすら載っていないことだ。
This location to which you've been brought
この絶海のことを本拠地として探
that doesn't
偵同盟
appear
は
on
活動
any
を
map.
続けてきたそうだ
The
よ。
DA used it as a base of operation for years.
本部の2つの建物、
It has two
捜査の
buildings.
補助や機器の開発を
A
行うため
research
の研究施
facility
設、
for
スナッ
investigation
クスと
support and
宿
gear
泊用の洋
development.
館、ゴーメンガーストとに分かれている。
A manor for overnight
本
stays.
来、私たちが到着した後は、
The original
この洋
plan
館に
was
ジオ
for
ラマで
everyone
再
to
現された
discuss the
八崎港
situation
事件の主要
in the
な現場
Mariner.
を見ながら、
We were to review the dioramas of various quartering Duke cases. Dioramas of various Duke cases. That was the plan? Rowdy Detective suddenly punches the wall beside her, causing the other nearby walls to tremble from the impact. When we got here, a bunch of detectives from HQ had been snuffed out by the poison. All 22 members at the research facility gone. All 22 of them? Every hair on my body stands on the end at the unthinkable news. Even among history's more infamous mass murders, few had a death toll more than 20 killing. 22 people at once is beyond all reason.
犯人はまるでゴミでも扱うがごとく施設の入り口に我らの仲間の死体を積み重ねていたのだ。人間の所業とは思えぬ惨状であった。
無能先輩があの死体の山を見てたらしばらくご飯を食べれなかったと思うよ。それに毒ガスが充満してて下手したら死んでたしね。行かなくてラッキーだったかもね。
A heap of corpses, just imagining it makes me feel faint. And that's not even taking the deadly gas into account. Maybe senior detective knew about the gruesome scene, so he sent me straight to the manor instead. That would also explain why he hid me in the forest and went off on his own. I need to find him soon and thank him for keeping me safe. There was another courting attack, right? We're not sure yet, but for now, many deaths, we're not sure yet. For how many deaths there were, the clues were awfully scarce. Courting Duke cases always result in two concurrent victims. The crime would appear to have different modus operandi. The courting Duke didn't. No doubt, if I catch that bastard skulking around the island, I'm gonna clean this cloth. It said the courting Duke has killed over 100 people, but even that was over the course of half a year. On the other hand, murdering 22 people at once, all of a sudden, first for detectives, no less, could hardly be the work of an amateur. I get the impression that he commits grisly dread deeds for the thrill, but otherwise his identity is a complete mystery.
僕らは当然研究施設の捜査を始めたのですが、その途中でリーダーのデバイスに生き残った同盟のメンバーからこんな連絡が入ったんです。
Techie detective draws out his own defense and plays an audio file. Some attack research facility, all dead. I hiding in their help. The recording cuts off there. Although the sound was low and full of static, even I could grasp what it signified. That's senior detective's voice, isn't it? He's alive, then. Thank goodness.
はい。間違いなく老子探偵だと思います。この状況で無事だなんて、さすがはレジェンドクラスの探偵ですよね。そんなにすごい探偵なんですか？今でもメディアでよく取り上げられる明けの夜事件ってあるでしょ。あの事件を解決した探偵同盟の創立メンバーなんだって。
It still shows up on the news. Not only did he solve it, he's also a founding member of the DA.
明けの夜事件？教科書にも載ってるような大事件じゃないですか。
The Dayless Night incident? Even school textbooks talk about the case. And you're saying he cracked it? I was a kid then, so I don't remember much, but it was the worst terror attack in national history, sparked by a new religious movement. From that event onward, criminal atrocities swept the nation, which is part of why the Detective Alliance was formed. Solving a case of that magnitude would absolutely qualify him as a legend. Originally, we split up from the other detectives and headed to the manor with Senior. Usually, it must be a villain most foul for even so Senior to be forced into hiding. We must hasten to his aid forthwith. Oh my god, I don't like this armor guy. You mean there are other detectives here besides you guys? For sure, that's what 6 more investigating the research facility? It's like a detective BOGO sale there, LMAO. I don't quite get what she means by that, but I guess it is a lot of detectives. I'm still reeling from the heinous murders we have yet to unravel, but at least now there's a glimmer of hope. I believe we've searched every room, but there's no sign of Senior. Maybe the culprit arrived here before we did. Senior would have realized that and escaped.
もしかしたら僕らより先に洋館へたどり着いた犯人に気づいてどこかへ逃げたのではないでしょうか。もし先ほどの通話を盗聴されていたら犯人が先回りした可能性は十分に考えられます。ああね。
Oh yeah,
うちらがここに到着するまでに10分はかかってるもんね。考えられいや。
But there's only one path from the facility to here, and it's surrounded by sheer cliffs. No one could escape without us noticing. The detectives process the situation with impressive speed. I'm barely keeping up as I struggle to understand what it all means. Downtown's casual chit-chat is about the only thing that makes any sense to me. This room doesn't get wireless internet either. Why bother having a phone then? Ugh, this is such a major bummer. Even if there were a router here, I doubt it would do you any good. Oh yeah, why? Because the island's off the grid? Not exactly. I tried connecting to a wired network in the research facility. Oh my god, I cannot speak. I tried connecting to a wired network in the research facility, but I couldn't get it to work at all.
先ほど洋館内の回線で試してみても結果は同じでした。おそらく島の通信用のアンテナが壊されているんだと思います。
I made another attempt here at the manor a moment ago, but that failed too. The island's communication antenna must be down.
でも探偵デバイス同士はやり取りできてんじゃん？スマホとは違うの？
But our D-pads can still link up to each other, right? What's the diff between that and our smartphones?
探偵デバイスは独自の通信システムを採用しているんです。僕も開発に携わりましたが、本当に素晴らしい技術が使われているんですよ。詳しく説明するとですね。
Well, the D-pads have a unique communication system, a part of the R&D team. I must say, it's truly amazing tech. Basically, it works by.
はいはい。まあつまり、うちはこの島にいる間、連れたちとろくに会話もできないってことね。
Okay, we get it. So I can't even like chat with my followers while we're here. Ugh, could this be any lamer? Camaraderie.
ガチで下がるわ。
Guess it can. That scent, you gotta be kidding me.
まさかこの匂いは。
Scent? What are you talking about? Rowdy Detective starts crawling on all fours like a dog right at the entrance of the room. What? She presses her face to the carpet with a sharp expression on her face. What the hell?
Yamato-san?
What's wrong, Rowdy? Blood. I can. Oh god. I can smell it. Oh no. Huh? Silence fills the room. The others all turn to look at Rowdy. Oh god. Nearly missed it thanks to the rosy smell on the carpet. But the floor's got blood on it. See? From the entrance to them flowers. Oh. Well, that's a bloody knife if I ever saw one. Ruddy detective approaches an empty vase and sticks her hand in it, pulling out the bloody knife. Oh my god. Well, somebody died. I think. Bingo! Bingo. Don't know which poor mug sauce this is, but I'll tell you one thing. Some goon was on the loose in here.
どうして血の匂いなんて分かったんですか？見るからに乾ききってるのに。
She's got that dog in her.
俺はガキの頃から漁師の親父を手伝ってたからな。猟犬の嗅覚、わしの視覚、ウサギ並みの聴覚。そして大和男児の魂を持ってんのよ。
Okay. I'm not so convinced that helping on hunting trips will give you those kind of abilities, but the astounding is astonishing nonetheless. Rowdy, that knife wasn't used here, was it? Nothing in this room but traces and stains. Guessing they only came by to hide the knife. I can track the scent, but the hall's chock full of roses. It ain't gonna be easy with them smelling up the place. I figure as much, but that said... Taki, might you have an alternative method? Of course, I go by this alias for a reason after all. Techie detective proudly pulls a cute little machine that resembles a puppy out of his pocket. Oh, so cute. This is my tracking forensics friend, Sniffy Whippy. Oh, that's so cute.
僕と探偵同盟の協力で生み出されたこの遊具は登録した匂いをどこまでも追跡発見可能な人命救助を至上命令とする発明です。さらに南西の小型ゴムクローラーを採用したことで凹凸の激しい通路であろうとも現場を荒らさず時速 15km で迅速な移動が可能。当然小型の発信機も搭載なので探偵デバイスの画面からリアルタイムに追跡可能です。そしてさらに ISS も宇宙ステーションに採用されている小型のリチウムイオンバッテリーを使って
大したものだね。後でゆっくりと説明を聞くから追跡に移ろうか。
Oh, right. Sorry. I get a little carried away when I talk about my inventions. Techie detective returns to reality, hanging his head in shame. Now, let's not waste any time. Use this tool.
道具じゃないです。遊具です。
This is my friend.
僕の大切な友達を道具扱いしないでください。
Workaholic detective bows several times in apology for misspeaking. True to his name, he's the very picture of harried office worker. Techie detective may seem calm and collected, but careless remarks about his inventions are a clear sore spot of his. I better watch my words. Sorry everyone for blowing up like that. Let's get to tracking that sense.
血液の匂いの追跡を始めます。
Setting his dog-like tracking machine, Sniffy Whiffy, loose near the blood stain. Sniffy Whiffy scoots across the room just like a real dog. He circles around a couple of times, then thumps into the room's door.
追跡が始まりました。
He's on the hunt.
扉を開いて先に進んでもらいましょう。
Open the door and Sniffy Whiffy darts out of the room, barreling down the hall towards the stairs. All I can pick up is roses, but he must have zeroed in on a trail of blood. How about that? My nose wasn't getting jack squat.
正確には匂いではなく
Strictly speaking,
空気中に
it's
残
not
留
the
する
scent,
物質
but
を追
rather
跡
the
してい
air
るんです
particles that he
だから
tracks.
他の匂いが
That's why he
漂う
isn't
場所で
throwing
あ
out
って
the
も
other
惑わされ
smells
ずに
in the
追跡が
vicinity.
可能なんですよ
猟犬の鼻も型なしだね
So much for that whole nose of a bloodhound spiel.
うるせえ
Can it,
最初に気
can
づいた
it,
のは
my
俺の
nose is
鼻
what
だろう
got
が
us this lead in the first place. Sniffy Whiffy stops at the painting just before the stairs to the entrance of the hall.
クンクン殿が止まった
Sir Sniffy has
ここで
halted.
何者かが
Could
刺
this
されたと
be
いう
the
こと
site
か
of the stabbing?
バーカ見るからに
No,
血痕なんて
Timber
ないじ
Brains,
ゃ
I
ん
don't see a blood
つま
stain,
り
do you?
ナイフが
The
使われ
knife
た場
must
所
have
はこ
been
の
used
絵画
somewhere
の
else,
奥って
like
ことだ
behind
っ
the
つう
painting.
の
絵画の奥
Behind it? What
ど
ever
う
could
い
you
うことな
mean?
のだまさか
Is
絵画
there
の
a
中に
world
世界が
painting?
童話の中の話か
Do
と
you
ばかり
think
思っ
the
ていた
stuff
が
of children's
実在す
fairy
る
tales
とは
actually exist?
落ち着いて武
Relax,
装君
armor. The answer is
論
clear
理
if
的
you
に
think
考
it
えていけば
through
真実
logically.
は明らかになる
Workaholic touches the painting as he inspects the frame. He then gently taps the artwork before pressing his ear against it.
間違いない
Aha. No question about it.
この絵画の
There's a
奥には
hollow
空洞が
space between the
広がっている。
behind the painting, which means
なら
that if I
おそ
shift
らく
it like this,
ここをこうしてずらせ
still
ば
touching the painting, Workaholic Detective moves his hand. If this is their headquarters, wouldn't they have known about the secret space behind the painting? Oh. I guess not. Stiffy Wiffy, who had been waiting in place, begins moving again, right down the newly discovered path.
今ので分かったん
How
です
did
か
you figure that out?
一体どうやって
それは企業秘密って
Trade
こと
secret.
で
You pick up a lot
私はこの
when
仕事を続けて
you've
長い
been
から
on the
ね
job as long as I
知識量
have.
だけはそれなりにあるんだ
おじさんやるじゃ
Dang,
ん
Gramps, you got
ぶっ
me
ちゃけ見直し
rethinking
た
my
っつ
take
う
on you
か
and your
む
cat.
しろリスペ
I'm
ク
not
トしち
even
ゃう
like, I
み
don't
たい
know.
な
IDK kind of sort of respect you now.
おじさんは勘
I
弁して
wish you
ほしい
wouldn't call me
な
that. I'm still in my
私
20s,
ま
you
だ
know,
一応
barely,
20
but
代だ
still,
から
it still
ね
counts.
ギリギリだけど
Workaholic turns red in the face as downtown detective slaps him on the behind. What? What the hell?
この先でナイフが使
That
われたの
blade
だな
was used somewhere up
何が起こる
ahead.
かわからぬ
As we not know
我が
what
先
may
陣を
occur,
切
I
ろ
shall
う
stand in the vanguard.
おい待てって
Wait up,
この
Bucko.
広さな
It's
ら
wide
二
enough
人
for
並べる
two,
だろ
see? I'm taking
俺
the
も
lead
先頭に
too,
立っ
so
て
keep
周
your
りを
eyes
注意するぜ
peeled. Roddy Detective tries to push forward. But is stopped by Doleful Detective.
ヤマトさんは科学くん
Actually, would you
渋谷
mind
さんと
guarding the
通
entrance
路
of
の入
Techie
り
in
口を見張
downtown
っておい
already?
てくれないかな
I think my abilities could come in handy
今
here.
の状況なら僕の能力が役に立つと思
Armor,
うから
Doleful Detective, Art, Spearhead are four-way into secret passage, with me and Workaholic Detective following after. Roddy, Downtown, and Techie Detective would remain at the entryway, acting as the lookout in case the tunnel is a trap. As for why I'm brought along, it's possibly because I won't be able to escape in this. I won't be able to escape in this tunnel. I'm stuck by the fact that Workaholic, the most experienced in the other group, has definitely assumed a position beside me. These detectives don't miss a single beat.
じゃあ僕と武装
Alright,
さんで
Armor
先
and
導
I
してい
will
くね
lead the way. As he speaks, Sofa and Armor Detective enter the tunnel together. Workaholic and I continue right behind them. The four of us descend down a spiral staircase that winds its way underground. At the bottom is a gloomy underground tunnel. We proceed into it, using the light function on the RD pad to guide our way. The only sounds are our footsteps echoing in the tunnel, as well as Sniffy Wiffy threads crawling across the floor ahead of us. The air is dusty and reeks of mold, making it hard to breathe. Clearly, the place is seldom used. My love of cleanliness aches to ventilate the place. The full detective's eyes narrow as he travels the tunnel. His usual fearful continuance is tense, as if he's an entirely different person. Impressive, is it not? Doful's intense concentration, that is. Workaholic detective whispers to me as if he's reading my mind. Rank number 14, he solved over 100 cases and survived just as many bloody encounters as a veteran detective. Over 100 cases solved? The idea alone leaves me speechless. We can't be that far apart in age, and yet his track record is on a whole other level. What sort of heroic life has this seemingly gentle boy led up to now? What did Doful mean when he said his abilities should come in handy here? You'll see soon enough. He possesses what we in the Alliance will call the makings of a great detective. Doful detective stops in his tracks. Oh my gosh. Ugh, armors. Oh my god, what the fuck? What happened, Sir Doful? What? Armor shines his D-pad light on Doful detective's leg, revealing a trail of blood beneath his knee. What? Something reflects on the light just ahead of them. Huh? There's something at your feet. My guess is that it's a trap to ward off intruders. Judging by the texture, it must be some kind of wire. Oh, he's right. When I get close to the reflection, I see red dripping off the extremely fine wire. It was so razor thin and difficult to see. Were it not for the blood, it would have been nearly what the fuck? Imperceptible, even in the direct light. Pierceable. This is the wire. Why would the Alliance make something like this? For cutting locks to enter sealed rooms or as a means of escape. When restricted, word is that it requires specialty gloves to handle. Let's avoid touching it. Given its intended use, it's so sharp that with enough pressure it could cut straight through human flesh. Eek! It's a good thing I noticed it then. Gross. Workaholic detective produces medication and bandages from his pocket and begins to apply first aid to Doful detective's leg. This is a rather nasty cut, but you're lucky to get off this lightly. Anyone else would have been liable to lose a leg in your position. Situations like these are about the only time my special skill ends up useful. What is your special skill, dude? Special skill? What do you mean by that? For some reason, Doful detective struggles to reply. Workaholic steps in to answer on his behalf. Doful is a danger magnet with a knack for close calls, from traps to wanted criminals to finding murder scenes and even evidence. His innate intuition and power of insight are what have allowed him to survive such less than fortunate circumstances. So that's how he has the markings of a great detective. In stories, detectives are always expected to survive, even when wrapped up in personal cases, and even when their life is on the line. And now I'm standing in front of a real-life detective who embodies that very trope. That's not impressive. In fact, I'd say I just bring misfortune to everyone and everything around me. It's kind of a miserable existence. Doleful detective expression flickers as he touches the bandage on his wrist. The countless traces of medical attention covering his body shows just how much suffering. Oh no! Suffering he's constantly endured. Oh my gosh. Still, it made me more sensitive to threats than the average person. I can always sense when I'm in danger. So think of me as you see. No! No! Let the other guy, the armor guy, be the shield. You have no armor. You can get hurt. Stop it. Oh my god. I see that resolves with. You need to think of yourself. Stop it. I see the resolve within the full detective's eyes as he speaks. He and I may look similar. I might even be the older one, but nothing in me competes with that look. We couldn't be farther apart. Oh my god. Poor guy. So Dofo, you needn't be so reserved. Armored detective abruptly steps forward, and then he swings his arm before bringing it down to chop the wire before us. Armored detective, that wire can cut through steel. Just because you're wearing protective covering doesn't mean. Fear not, this suit in which I am is Chad. Fear not, the suit in which I am Chad is a product of my family's long-held secrets. Behold the strongest armor known to man. The wire parts with ease. Sure enough, armored detective doesn't have a single scratch on him. Both Doleful and Workaholic widen their eyes in incredulity. No matter the trap, my armor shall prevail. Sit your minds at ease and allow me to take the lead. Thank you. Let him take the lead, please. But putting me in front will minimize the total risk for our team as a whole. I can't stand idly whilst my companions are hurt. Despite my inadequacies, I hasten here to be as an whatever that says for each of you. Armored detective speaks with a calmness that eases Doleful detective's taunt expression. Despite the latter's brave front, he might have been nearing his limit. Thank you, Armor. In that case, I'll stay back a bit and keep an eye out. I think I'm gonna stop playing for the night. Yeah, maybe not yet. Just speaking. Yeah. I kind of wish it was just voice acting. Oh my god. Hmm? What do you say? Oh, there's no voice reading for it. I can... Yeah, there's no voice reading. I'll play a little bit longer. Thank you, Armor. In that case, I'll stay back a bit and keep an eye out. Armor detective takes the lead. As Doful acts as a lookout behind him. Armor, I can sense the threat right in front of me. About head height. Another wire? Understood. Oh. Okay. Without second thought, Armor detective swings his hand towards the area Doful detective indicated. Chop, chop, chop. Sometimes Doful's warnings come too late, and Armor runs into a wire, but even then, it never leaves a mark. It continues safely through the darkness until, based on the signal, the tracker has stopped 5 meters ahead. It would seem you've arrived at the scene where the knife was used. Oh my god, who's gonna die? Who is it? I'm not ready. We finally make it to the end of the tunnel with 0 injuries, save for Doleful Detective, of course. Sniffy Whiffy. Sniffy Whiffy is parked right in front of a steel door, which means the bloody knife we found earlier must have been used right behind it. I hate to ask, Armor, but would you mind taking point? No need to apologize, Sir Workaholic. My armor exists for the very moment I must forge such paths. What is going on? And yet, Armor Detective looks tense as he cautiously touches the doorknob. Oh, okay. Oh god. What is it? Goosebumps ripples across my body. Deep down, I get overwhelming urge to scream. Don't open it. Oh god. It's as if my mind somehow knows that what we're about to see is truly horrific. Oh my god, what was it? I have an extreme bad feeling about this. I do too. I do too. I shall open the door on the count of 3. 1, 2. The doorknob makes a click as it turns. My heart rate leaps, but I can't bring myself to look away. 3. Oh god, what is it? A blinding light flashes as the door opens, forcing me to avert my eyes. On top of that, a metallic screech envelops me. The way it sticks to my throat makes me cough. However, none of the other detectives show even a hint of fear as they proceed beyond the door. I hurry to follow them, but at that moment... Oh my god, why is he screaming like that? Doleful detective cries echoes out. Oh god. Oh, there's a lot of blood. As I step into the room, the first thing I see is a ground dyed in crimson. The red spreads across so much of the floor that at first I mistake it for a carpet pattern. Oh god. But there's no way that that's the case. Despite my hateful disbelief, the smell filling the air tells me that this is blood. With each breath, a metallic stench fills my lungs and my stomach, my whole body. I'm assailed by an overwhelming urge to vomit. If I lose focus for even a moment, I know if I'll wind up spilling my guts out. Oh god. Upon closer inspection, I notice something floating in the ocean of the gore. Oh god. It's large and reminds me of a caterpillar. What the hell? 4 other long, thin objects surrounding it. In a way, they resemble a quartet of lifeboats, all rowing in different directions away from the shrinking ship. But in truth, they're human limbs scattered across the floor. Oh god. Oh my god, that's so gross. It is. Before us is a scene devoid of life. A man whose name I don't know gazes at me, his head half submerged in a sanguine sea. Oh my god. Please don't show me. I don't want to see that. My eyes are transfixed as I stand there in a daze. There's a biting chill as if the temperature has dropped by quite a few degrees. My hands and legs tremble. I can barely stand. Every ounce of strength leaves my body, which no longer feels like my own. I muster up all the willpower I can, only to topple over on the spot. Please don't be in the blood. Is this all just a bad dream? First crime scene, huh? I know it's hard to take in, but try not to look away. Don't say that. I mean, I guess you gotta get used to it if you're gonna be a detective. Without any concern to spare for me, Workaholic walks right towards the pool of blood. All the body parts. Armor. The whole armor. Head back up and fetch the other 3 detectives. After that, I'll like you to ask the chief to come to the manor. He sums up the heart of the matter in a low voice. It's a homicide. Someone has murdered. Oh my god! I thought Chief Detective was Senior Detective. Senior Detective died? Somebody murdered Senior Detective? Oh my god. I did not expect that. I thought Senior Detective was Chief Detective. I don't know. Oh my god. Someone murdered Senior Detective. That's crazy. It's a homicide. That makes sense. Yeah. Regardless of how detached he remains while objectively stating facts, it doesn't change doesn't change the reality we're facing. A middle-aged man's corpse lies dismembered, his limbs screwed across the rooms we stand in. For the first time in my life, I am confronted with a murder scene. Oh god, I don't want to see it. Chapter 1. The Case of the Dismembered Detective. Of course. I stand in the corner, my mind completely blank. This is my first time witnessing a murder scene in person. Saika's death is seared in my mind, but this is different. Someone I know lies torn in... You barely knew the guy. You just met him for like maybe a couple minutes before he attacked you, choked you out, second of all, injected you with something, and then you just wake up in the forest in the middle of nowhere. You barely knew the guy. But, I guess... Yes, exactly. Yeah, like, what the hell? I think the only reason why he's saying this is embarrassing. That's why he's called the incompetent detective. Yeah. Definitely. Saika's death is seared in my mind, but this is different. Someone I know, definitely not know, lies torn to pieces in a valid sea of blood, dead. I'm no great detective, and although I tried to steel myself, coming face to face with a scene like this has me too weak to stand. Even once I regained my footing, my legs still struggle to remain afoot. The metallic stench of fresh blood is one I'll never be able to get used to. I breathe through my mouth as much as possible. If I had the choice, I'll sprint out of this room this very second. Workaholic detective ignores me as he investigates the corpse with meticulous efficiency. He and the victim must have been well acquainted. His pain look when we found the body suggests that his mental burden is far greater than mine. Yet despite that, he shows no sign of weakness. How much experience solving homicides would it take to become a detective like him? I can't even fathom it the way I am now. Understandable. The other detectives who have been summoned by Dofo Detective are unable to hide their shock at the sight. What's the big deal here? I thought Pops was supposed to have made it. Did he get off while we were rushing over here? That's like so sad. It's not even funny. Downtown. What the heck? But that doesn't make any sense. We arrived at them in 20 minutes after the senior detective's message. For someone to chop the body to pieces that hide the weapon and escape in that amount of time is scientifically impossible. This level of blood loss will preclude Ivor Mortis, and rigor mortis hasn't even set in yet. It may be stating the obvious since he called us just prior, but the state of the congelation indicates that he was killed less than half a day ago. Let's reestablish the order of events. Senior contacted us at 12:40. We then split into teams and headed to the Gromicus from Snarks. Since we arrived right at 1300, we can safely assume the crime occurred in the 20 minutes it took to travel from the facility to the manor. Question, teacher. Isn't there a chance that the criminal could have like booked it before he left Snarks? Not at all. We headed to the Gromicus as soon as Senior contacted us. Had the killer tried to escape, we surely seen him in them en route. Thus the killer must have been in the manor when we arrived. I can hoof it for days, but it still take me 10 minutes to run down the hill to the facility. Your theory checks out. So the key question is this: is the perpetrator still inside? Let's consider the time frame for when they could have made their escape. We found incompetent in the entrance hall and spoke for a time, then made our way upstairs 15 minutes later, so around 13:15. After that, thanks to Rowdy and Taki, we discovered the hidden passageway at 1334. You can see the entrance hall from the corridor before the hidden passage, so escaping undetected will be a challenge. If the killer was in the manor, their only chance to escape would be 20 minutes we spent investigating the second floor. Ergo, it is highly probable that they are in fact still within the manor. But wouldn't 20 minutes be more than enough time to slip away? We could make it outside easily enough, but the real problem comes after the fact. There's only one path from here to Snark, and no place to hide. The jig would be up if you were seen from the window. It simply isn't realistic. Exactly. I actually made a point of checking out the windows, but I didn't see anything or anyone suspicious. Hold up, no one's in the entrance hall right now? Isn't that, kind of sketch? Like, they could totally escape whenever. Oh, that's perfectly right. The chief is heading over from Snarks as we speak. If the killer tries to flee now, they're certain to get caught before they make it down the mountain path. Which means the foul slayer doesn't still work within these walls. Alright then, if in that case, let's head back up on the double. It's time for a good old-fashioned manor house hunt. Oh my god. Just a moment. There's a more viable method than hiding out in the manor for all this time. Workaholic points directly at me, drawing the focus on. Oh god, are they trying to play me already? I know I'm an incompetent detective, but don't blame me for this stupid ass murder. Drawing the focus on the other. You think the murder is one of them? I was kind of thinking that too, but I was thinking more of the Quarter Duke, but I don't know if that's the same one as the one that killed the detective, or we're just investigating the Quarter Duke. That's true. That's true. Yeah. Also, yeah. If it is, I feel like it might be doleful, possibly. And as much as I feel bad for Doleful, he could be a murderer. I feel like he could snap and murder somebody. Incompetent. If you're the killer, then there is no issue regarding the timing. It will all be entirely feasible. Oh my god, don't blame me for the murder, okay? I didn't do it. All of y'all were with me. Why are you blaming me? You all saw me with you. What the hell? Huh? My voice cracks as I'm caught completely off guard. Me, the killer. How does that make any sense exactly? How does that make any sense at all? It's simple. All you need to do is hack up Senior, then lie in the entrance hall, faking unconsciousness. Easily done in 20 minutes. You were with me. What? You're making no sense. Okay. If the culprit was unable to escape the manor, we can only assume that said culprit is you. What are you saying? There's no way I could chop somebody apart in 20 minutes. Not to mention all the wires that were set up along the underground passage. How would I have gotten past those? I raised my voice in protest without thinking. Even the armor and Doleful's help getting through the passage took 5 minutes. It's hard to imagine anyone like me with no special traits making it through so quickly. There's a real conundrum. I figured you'd use some sort of trick. At any rate, I doubt it's necessarily impossible. What do you mean? Listen closely. Can you hear the voices above us? He's right. If I strain my ears, I can pick up sounds coming down from the ceiling. Who are they coming from, though? We should be the only people inside the manor right now. In terms of layout, our current location is directly beneath the entrance hall. I presume that's what we're hearing is the chief arriving at the manor. As this basement is likely a hiding spot, there may be extra space between the floorboard so the noise can drift in from above. Now that he mentioned it, my own eyes spot gaps in the ceiling where the light is filtering through. As the workaholic detective said, it must be coming from the entrance hall from above us. Regardless, the rooms are vertically adjoined. One could greatly reduce the time required to move between them by means of some gimmick. You could say, tamper with the floor of the entrance hall, creating a gap wide enough for a person to slip through the basement ceiling. Workaholic relentlessness reasoning leave me overwhelmed. Even there is oh my god. Even if there is a gap, there's no way someone my size would fit through it. Still, he's right about one thing. The entrance hall and the basement are awfully close together. Now can I possibly clear my name now that we know it's possible to move between them? Aren't you jumping to some major conclusions here? Isn't a hole connecting the ceiling to the entrance? Whatever, but it's just bullying him into a corner. Like, talk about a total mood killer.
渋谷殿の言う通りだ。エントランスホールへと移動したトリックとやらがわからぬ以上、疑うなど論外なのである。
Lady Dandon has the right of it. So long as any such gimmick remains hidden, your accusation is out of the question.
我の必殺技プラズマナックルを使えば風穴を開けることはできるが
could make such a hole, but still.
いや、
A punch-out hole wouldn't close back up anyways.
そもそも
First
20
things
分
first,
で大
isn't
人の
it
男性
even
の
possible
体を
to
ここまで
demonstrate?
切断することなど可能なのでしょうか。
First things first, is it even possible to dismember an adult male to this extent within 20 minutes? I don't think so.
犯人を男性だと仮定して
The
も
killer
よほど手
themselves
際
was
よく
male.
切断し
They
なければ
would
難しい
need
と思います。
an extremely deft hand at amputation to pull off something so difficult.
血抜きや皮を剥ぐ必要がないし、狩猟に慣れてるやつなら可能だと思うがな。俺ならやれる自信があるぜ。
Any hunter could do it. Hell, it would been a snap if I was the crook.
じゃあヤマトさんが犯
So
人って
it's
こ
safe
と
to
でいいです
assume you're
ね。
the culprit then.
自信があるって
I
だ
just
けだ
bet
っ
I
つうの。
could is all.
戒
There'd
律
be
の処理
no
はだって
time to
時間
deal
が
with
足りねえのは
all this
間違いないしな。
but anyhow.
いや、時間は
Actually, I'll
十
say
分だ
there
ったんだ。
was. Workaholic probably
社
shared
畜
my
さんは
thoughts
おそ
on
らく
that.
僕と同じことを考えてる。
君も気づいたようだ
So
ね。
you notice as well, it's true.
わずかな時間でも
One
バラバラにできる
could
んだよ。
dismember a body in a short span of time if they use those wires we
このワイ
encountered.
ヤーソーを使えばね。
As he speaks, Workaholic holds a blood-drenched wire. Oh, right. Unpleasant as it is, I'm reminded how easily Doleful Detective's leg was cut earlier.
まさか
You
そ
mean
のワイヤーで
someone could use this wire on Senior Detective?
なあ、もしか
Yes,
したら
in
犯
fact,
人は
it's
ロー
possible
スさん
that
から
Senior
私たちに
Detective
連
was
絡があった
already
時点
wrapped
で
up in
あらか
these
じめワ
wires
イヤ
when
ー
he
を彼
got
に
in
巻きつけ
contact
ていた
with
のかも
us.
しれない。そうして脅すことで
He
無
may
理や
have
り
done
ロー
so
スさんに
under
連絡を
duress,
させた
after
後、
which the wires were
ワ
pulled,
イヤーを引っ張って
slicing them
獅子
to
を切断
pieces.
すれ
All
ば、
that remains
あとは
then
脱出
is
する
for
だ
the
けだ。
culprit to escape.
そのワイヤーは
I
さっき
chanced
見
on
張り
one
役の
of
皆
those
さんを
wires
呼びに行
again
った際
when
に
I went to get
僕
the
が見
others.
つけまし
My
た。
foot happened to slip on it
偶然
when
血で
since
足が
it
滑っ
was
ちゃって
covered in blood.
付着した血の量からして、
Based on the
先ほ
amount
ど
of
飛
blood,
躍
it
君が引っかかったワイヤーでない
clearly
ことは明白だ。
it's clearly not the same wire you first
犯人
encountered.
はおそらく
The killer must have
僕らが隠し通路
anticipated
のワ
us
イヤーを
getting
切断す
past
ることも
the
見越して
wires in the passage
隠し
and
通路の床に捨
discarded
て
it
たんだろ
on
う
the
ね。
floor there. So he was in the hallway?
いや、
Or
むしろ
perhaps the
凶
killer
器を隠
themselves
すため
set the
に
trap in
犯
order to
人
hide
自
the
ら
murder
がワイヤー
weapon.
の罠を設置しておいたのかもしれない。
Possibly.
ともかく、
Either
現状で
way,
は無
we
能
have
君
no
を犯人
other
として疑わざるを得ないんだ。
recourse but to suspect
何か反論があるなら
for
言って
now.
ほしい。
Speak up if you have any objections.
僕はやって
I
ません。
didn't do it. I shout on impulse. Regret fills me almost immediately. I'd say the same thing if I was guilty, as would anybody in my shoes.
無能くんがやったなんて僕も信じられないよ。だけど信じられないからこそ真実を解き明かさないといけないって思うんだ。
I refuse to believe incompetent did it, but that's all more reason for us to find out what really happened.
ああ、
Agreed.
私も
I
同
don't
意見
want to
だ。
accept that a fellow
同
DA
盟の
member
仲間が
would
犯
do
人だ
such
な
a
んて
thing.
信じたく
But
ない
as a
が、
detective, pursuing the
探偵と
truth
して
is paramount.
真実を追求しなければならない。
Workaholic fixed me with a steely look. I want to speak up, but don't know what to say. I reached my limits with processing all of these theories. There's no room for me to make my own deductions.
おい待てよ。
Hold up.
無
If
能の
the
兄
idea
さ
of
んが犯人だっ
incompetent
て
being
に
the
は
purpose
ちょいと
a
状
bit
況
too,
が
I
露
don't
骨
know,
すぎねえかい？
far-fetched.
俺にはわかる
You
ぜ。
asked me, we got the
犯
wrong
人
guy
は
here.
別にいるってな。
根拠は何ですか？
Do you have evidence
無能
to
さんを
support this?
疑わ
I'd
ない
like to
理由
know
を
why
知
you
りたい
don't
です。
suspect incompetent.
俺の勘がギンギン
Call
に
it a
ささ
gut
やくから
feeling.
だ
I'm
よ。
usually dead on
こういう
money
時の
on
俺の
these
勘
sort
は
of things.
よく当たるんだ。
非科
That's
学的すぎま
downright
す。
scientifically
推理は
impossible.
根拠
We
に
need
基
to
づき
base our
順序立てて
investigation
進め
on
ましょう。
solid proof and logic.
だとこら
Back off,
喧嘩売
Poindexter.
ってんのか
You're
て
looking
めえ
for
は
a
よ。
fight?
はい、やめ
Okay, time out. No more
喧嘩は
fighting,
マジ
guys.
下げ
You're
ぽ
like
よちゃんだから
seriously
禁止
harshing
ね
my vibe.
だけど科学の坊ちゃん
But
がよ。
that little punk was the one who.
別に無能先輩を
Look,
疑っ
it's
てると
not
か言っ
like
てないじ
Taki
ゃ
said
ん。
he's
だよ
he
ね、
full on
科学ちゃん。
suspects incompetent or whatever. Am I right?
ええ、結論を出すのはまだ早いと思うだけです。何らかの方法で犯人が館を脱出した可能性や、まだ館の中に残っている可能性も拭えませんから。
俺はまた先走った真似をしちまったようだ。
Workaholic detective claps his hands, interrupting the discussion.
それぞれに思うところがあるのはよくわかった。今からエントランスホールにリーダーを迎えに行くから、その後は各自で自由に捜査を進めることにしよう。
待つのだ、社畜殿。せっかく探偵たちが集結しているのだぞ。我々は互いの手を取り合い、協力して事件に臨むべきなのではないか。
だけどこのわずかな間でも口論が発生している。今私たちはそれぞれ異なる結論に向かって捜査を進めようとしているよね。協力は難しいんじゃないかな。
同感ですね。僕は自分なりの方法で冷静に科学的に。
なんだよその冷めた目は。俺のさっきの発言を非難してんのか。悪かったって。だけど人間なんだからよ。最後は感情を重視しちまうもんだろうよ。
それでは探偵失格だと思います。
だとこら、探偵が人情を忘れたら終わりだろうが。ああ、もう落ち着きなって。すぐに頭に血を上らせんなっつうの。
Downtown detective does her best to intervene as Reddy shouts at Techie. Duffel stands beside the three of them, flustered and directionless, as Armor and Workaholic continue their heated debate. It doesn't seem like the investigation is going to start anytime soon. Just like Workaholic detective said, everyone's playing this by their own rules, so no one is taking the lead. Everyone? I want to suggest we all work together, but the words die in my throat. There's no way I could be bold when I'm the prime suspect. I know that, and yet I feel like I need to say something. My fist clenches. Unlike me, each of the detectives has their own talent and strength. It's my incompetence that really drives home how amazing they are. But that is exactly why I need to speak up now. Now, not the time for arguing, wouldn't you say? I chime in, but my voice comes out so softly that no one hears me. Together, these detectives could solve any case, but yet here they are arguing. That angers me far more than being a detective. I felt to save someone again, even though senior detective was so close by. What's the point of being a detective if all I can do is sit around and watch these things happen? My self-loathing mounts as I listen to them bicker amongst each other. My position in this situation doesn't matter. What happens to me isn't important as getting these detectives to work as a team. Everyone, please listen. Oh. He's got their attention now. As the other detectives turn to face me, naturally they all look rather dubious. I falter for a moment, but desperately push on. I know a lot of you suspect me. That's fine. There's a lot to suspect, and I understand that. But can't you all just try to cooperate? That's a tall order. Our personal mode of investigation are hardly compatible. I'm always down for a collab, but you're kind of asking me for the impossible right now. I mean, we couldn't even agree on whether or not you're the prime suspect. I mean, we couldn't even agree on whether or not you're the prime suspect. And that's why I want everyone to agree on what direction to take. What direction to take? That's right. Although I'm too tense to make a proper response, I force my voice out, trying to be bold as I give detectives my suggestion. Please proceed with your investigation under the assumption that I did it. Oh god. Why? Why do you want them to proceed with the investigation under that we did it? Why? We didn't do it. Okay, whatever. I'm going to where it goes. If you start there, you'll be less likely to have any more arguments like this one, right? You're being dumb, but whatever. The detectives fall silent. Maybe telling them to suspect me was too brazen of a move after all. Yeah. Is your head screwed on wrong or something? After all the effort we spent defending you, you got the guts to ask to be the suspect? Have you lost your goddamn marbles? I beseech you not to give up so incompetent. What has become of your resolve? I'm not giving up. It's not like as if I want to be the main suspect here. But it would be even worse if the investigation stalled out because of me. I'm stuck staking my own safety on your detective reasoning. I raised my voice with all my strength, my trembling hands balling into fists. I trust all of you far more than my own incompetence. Using his own name against him. That's hilarious. If you work together, I know the truth will come out. Until you prove it. Prove I didn't do it. Oh. The detectives silently take in my words. Not one of them speak up. They all simply stare at me. Incredulous. I guess my suggestion was overstepping my bounds. I've only made them all even more distrustful of me. What the fuck? But I don't regret it. I'd rather have these outstanding detectives suspect me than continuing arguing in vain. Who is that? So you insist that because we're on the case, we'll end up proving you aren't the culprit? Such words make one feel blessed to be a detective. Isn't that right, ladies and gentlemen? Is this the chief? The chief is the lady? What? I hear a cold, beautiful voice behind me. Is it Saika or whatever his name is? Her name is. My breath catches as I turn around. Oh, no. Just how should we respond when the suspect gives a statement like that? Maybe it's her. Maybe she's a suspect. Continue to argue. Never find any common ground or take action swiftly and promptly. I eagerly await your answer. Her hair is as white as snow. Her gleaming eyes purple like hydrangeas. I have a theory. I was joking. But I have a theory. I think this lady is the chief, right? But also, I think this is Saika, the childhood girl that he was kidnapped with, trying to save. Because it says her eyes are purple like hydrangeas, right? And who else's eyes are purple like hydrangeas? Saika's. From the flashback. Maybe. I don't think she died. I think she survived somehow. And this is her. Or a relative of some sort. My theory. You know, it's possible. Yeah. Because why specifically purple like hydrangeas? Like the previous. Yeah, I think this is Saika. For sure. Okay, I think I'll put a little bit. Okay, no worries. I feel like Jenny wants to. Oh, yeah. Oh, okay. I'm probably gonna go to bed soon anyways. I'm gonna finish up a little bit more and then end the stream. Okay. At our backs stands a far from ordinary girl. The others are visibly thrown off by her arrival. It's clear that she stands out even amongst these prominent detectives.
リーダー、なぜこの場所に？到着したらエントランスへ迎えに行くと伝えていましたよね。
That I would meet you at the entrance when you arrived.
盟友であるロージ君が
Do
殺
you
されたと
truly
いうの
believe
は
I could wait?
入り口
I
での
laid
ほ
by
ほんと
when
待
my
機な
dear
らでき
friend
よう
senior
か。
detective had been
いい
murdered?
なだろ
Out of the question. Did they tell her?
他
I
の
guess so.
探偵た
I
ちを
left
置
her
いて
colleagues
一
to
人で先に
themselves
来て
and
しまっ
went
た
ahead
よ。
on my own. The girl workaholic called Chief speaks without a hint of timidity. Footsteps sound out of the passageway. Evidently, the other detectives follow her, Detectives followed her lead, heading to this room.
地下室のこと
We
報
never
告し
told
てい
you
まし
about
たっ
this
け？
basement, did we? We figured it would
通
be
路の
better
罠で
that way
怪我
so
して
no
はい
one
け
would
ない
get
から
hurt inside the
伝え
tunnel.
ていなかったと思うのですが。エントランスの床を踏んだ
I
際
noticed
に
an echo
足
beneath
音
my
が
feet
下に
upon
響い
entering,
てい
so
く
I
のを
placed
感
my
じた
ear
の。
to the floor. And what
試しに床に
should
耳を
I
当ててみれ
hear
ば
but your voices?
君たちの声が聞こえるじゃないか。それで大体の
From
構造を
there, I
察したよ。
detected the general layout and
地下通
discovered
路
the
への
secret
道は
path that
開い
had
てい
been
た
left
し、
open.
迷い
Hardly a
要素が
mystery,
ないだろう。
really. The chief shares her amazing feats as though they were simply a matter of course. We worked so hard to find this underground room, and yet she's found it merely touching the floor. No wonder the others look shocked. Teehee. Huh? I startled as the girl gives me a smile. Compared to how she treats the others, her gaze on me feels more personal. Ooh, this is Sayaka. It's Sayaka. It's Sayaka. Or whatever her name is. It's the girl. I know it. For sure. No, I'm probably mistaken. It must be. No, it's the girl. You just don't know it. You don't remember what happened.
君が噂の新入り
So
君
you're
だ
the
な。
newcomer I've been
私
hearing
は理想
about.
探偵
I'm ideal
八崎港対
detective.
策チームの
I
リー
lead
ダー
the
を務
team
めている
working
も
to
のだ。
stop the courting Duke. She's kind of cute.
先ほどはいい単価だ
Your
ったよ。
spirited
君には
appeal
期待してい
earlier
る
was
から、
admirable.
その調子で
I've
物おじせ
expected
ず、
much of you, so
どんどん
keep
意見を出すと
at
いい。
it and never hesitate to share your thoughts.
先ほどは取り乱して
I
すみませんで
apologize
した。
for losing my composure just now.
他の探
Once
偵
the
の皆
other
さんも
detectives
到着した
arrive,
ら
I'll brief you
事件の全容と私の
and brief
推
you
理を報
all
告
on
し
the
ます。
situation and give my impressions.
ありがとう、社畜君。
Thank you, workaholic.
助かるよ。
That would be much
ただ、
appreciated.
勘
But
違い
first,
を
allow
して
me
い
to
そうだ
clear
から、
up a certain
最初にはっきりと言っておこう。
misconception you seem to be laboring under.
この事件の容疑者は、
Each
私
and
たち
every
八
member
崎
of
港
the
対策
courting
チー
Duke
ムのメンバー
investigation
全
is a
員だ。
suspect. You, I, or
君
any
に
of
も
us need to
私にも
carry out on this
犯行が
murder.
可能なトリックがあるんだよ。
Each and every member of the courting Duke investigation is a suspect. You, I, or any of us have means to carry out this murder. What? Commotion erupts as the detectives speaks over each other, which of course is unsurprising. Other than me, nobody else was in the manor at the time of Senior Detective's death. At the time Senior Detective died. On top of that, this murder requires enough time for a full dismemberment. In what possible way could he have been killed? Ideal detective was only just arrived here. Well, her hydrangea-like eyes glimmer like gems, as if they picked up on something.
事件の輪郭は見え
The
た。
outline of the case is clear.
あと
All
は
that
君た
remains
ち
for
と
us
協力
is
し、
to pool
実
our
像を捉
efforts
えるだけ
and
だ。
ascertain the reality of the situation.
さあ、探偵諸
With
君。
that, ladies and gentlemen, I do believe it's time to make our
反撃開始といこうじゃないか。
reprisal. Soon enough, the other detectives join us at the scene.
ガッテム、ローシオ、あなたまで先に行ってしまうとは。
God damn it, Senior. Just think your time would come so soon. Just how many trials does the Lord expect us to endure? I vow that I, mystic detector, shall send the culprit straight to hell. Mark my word, according to the flame will burn hot. But you weren't even close to Senior Detective, the girl said, coldly stating the facts. Myth bookie, members of the D are officially bound soulmates. The extent of our interactions is irrelevant. Repulsive spiritual intimacy aside, I concur the quartering Duke must pay, the girl said, fist shaking at the thought of her adversary. A middle-aged man in a tragic
探偵序列5位である私、家族探偵にはすでに真実がお見通しでしたよ。洋館で倒れてたというそこの庶民臭い男、無能探偵が犯人で決定ですわ。2階で見つかったナイフは館から出られず、凶器の処分に困った証拠ですもの。また私の有能さをアピールしてしまいましたわね。リーダー交代の日は近いですわ。
あらあら、その推理は誤っているって理想ちゃんが言ってたわよ。なんですって？どうせデタラメな推理なのでしょ？そうなのでしょ、美食探偵？どうかしらね。そんなことよりも下道ちゃんの匂いがしないのだけど、どうしたのかしら。おやつタイム？
ああ、下道探偵なら洋館へ着く前に今回の事件は興味が湧かないからサボると言っていたよ。きっと1階のリビングで寝ているのだろう。
なんですって？大先輩である老子探偵がお亡くなりになりましたのよ。一体何を考えておりますの？
マイペースを崩さないのが彼のいいところだ。また別の事件で活躍してくれるだろうから好きにさせてあげよ
う。リーダーであるあなたが甘いから序列上位の方々は命令無視が多いのですわよ。今回だって最高戦力である機密探偵も探偵紳士も来ていないじゃありませんの。ピンカートン家の誇りにかけてこの私が必ずリーダーの座を奪って差し上げますわ。
ありがとう家族くん。君のような目的意識の強い部下がいてくれるおかげで私は安心して危険な事件にも身を投じられるんだ。もし私が敵にはめられて前線を退いた際は探偵同盟をよろしく頼むよ。
不吉なことを言うんじゃありませんわ。この私を実績で上回るあなたほどの探偵が下手を打つわけないじゃありませんの。リーダーの座を奪うときは実力で奪い取りますから、そのつもりでいなさい。我が宿命のライバル。
君たちも目の当たりにした通り、探偵同盟本部
最後の生き残りと思われていた老子探偵が何者かに殺害された。そして殺した犯人はおそらく探偵同盟の中にいる。どうせそこの庶民が犯人なのでしょ。私の高貴な頭脳がそうささやくのですわ。
私も同意見です。状況を冷静に考えていけば無能君以外に犯行は不可能でしょう。そもそも彼には不審な点が多すぎます。
庶民のくせにいいことをおっしゃるじゃありませんの。社畜探偵さん、もっと私を褒めたたえなさい。
褒めてはないかな。
はじめに最大の誤解を解いておこうか。そこの無能探偵などと呼ばれる彼は侵入者じゃない。私自らが直々に招待したこの会議の正式なメンバーだよ。
リーダー自らが一体何のために。
私が最も信頼できる存在をそばに置きたかったというシンプルな理由だよ。彼自身は覚えていないかもしれないが、私は過去に彼に命を救われていてな。その潜在能力を高く評価しているんだ。島へ招いてほしいと老子探偵に頼んではおいたが、まさか拉致まがいなやり方で監禁するとはさすがの私も予想外だったよ。
命を救ったって何のこと？今初めて出会ったばかりだっていうのに。
本当にそれだけかしら。疑わしい匂いが香るのだけれどね。さすが美食君、噂通りのいい鼻をしているな。いくらでも疑うといい。後ろめたいことなど一切ないからな。
無能君が犯人でないとしたら、犯人は誰なのかな。老師さんから連絡があった時、無能君以外の全員が現場から離れた研究棟にいたよね。
いい質問だな、飛脚君。君たちが無能君を疑った根拠は例の連絡だろ。それこそが犯人の仕組んだ最初の罠だ。そもそも老子探偵からの連絡はこの地下室から発信されたものではないんだよ。
あの連絡の直後に
この場所で老子探偵が殺されたのは間違いないはずですよね、と。少女は純粋な疑問をリーダーに投げかけた。
わかったぞ。死後に電話させたんだな。ブードゥーの資料召喚の儀式を利用すれば確かに可能かもしれない。
オカルトノーミス野郎は黙っててください、と妄言を口にする男性を少女は罵倒した。
魔界君の推理は当然誤りだが、死者に話をさせるというのはいい発想だよ。今試して分かったことだが、この地下室では通信が遮断され、外部への連絡など不可能だから。なんですって？
老子さんから連絡があったのは事実ですよね。地下室では不可能ならどのように連絡を？
気づいてしまえば単純なトリックだよ。
犯人は老子君の声を真似ていただけなんだ。今私が行っているようにな。
生体模写ですか。確かに犯人が私の推理通りの人物像なら可能ですね。探偵同盟に犯人がいると言ったのはこれが理由なんですね。先の研究員たちの虐殺も老子さんからの連絡の偽装も、探偵たちの中に裏切り者が潜んでいたなら十分に可能だ。探偵なら可能な犯行であるがゆえに、逆説的に犯人は探偵の可能性が高くなる。
ああ、そもそも研究棟の探偵たち22名を全滅させるなんて外部の侵入者だけでは不可能だ。組織内部の何者かによる手引きがあったのは間違いないだろう。研究棟の遺体を発見した私たちはそのあまりの事態に混乱を隠せなかった。様子を伺っていた組織の裏切り者。この事件の犯人が電話で私たちの動きを操るのはたやすかったはずだ。天井をすり抜けてエントランスホールに行くよりもずっとね。
ちょい待ちちょい待ち。いくら探偵だからってうちには生体模写とか絶対に無理なんですけど。
その通りである。筋肉を鍛え上げてきた我であるが、生体は並。生体模写などとてもとても。
普通ならばできやしない。だが今回私たちが対峙する相手は平気で数十人を殺害する機体の殺人鬼。私たちが推理のプロフェッショナルだとしたら、相手は殺人のスペシャリストだ。普通ならばできないことの一つや二つ、発想を自分の価値観に押しとどめるな。目的のためならば自分の肉体を改造し不可能を可能とする。それが殺人鬼というものだよ。
リーダー、電話をわざわざ偽装するということは、ロースさんはあの時。
ああ、すでに殺されていたか、もしくは電話などできない状態だったのだろう。犯人は電話をすることで犯行時刻をごまかしたのさ。
遺体をわざわざバラバラにしたのも八崎港の犯行を模したと思わせて犯行時刻を特定しづらくするためですか。巧妙なトリックですね。まんまと犯人の策略に乗ってしまい申し訳ありません。私もまだまだですね。
地下室でローシ君殺害の準備を整えた犯人は彼のデバイスを片手に地下室を後にした。そして計画通り研究棟で調査中の私に連絡を入れた。そして老子探偵の遺体を発見させるために探偵同盟のメンバーを洋館へ呼び出したんだ。
待てよ、老子のおやすさんからの連絡はリーダーが録音してくれた音声を俺たち全員が聞いたんだぜ。声の違いに誰も気づけなかったなんてこと科学的にありえるんですか？
人間の記憶の特性だよ。人間の脳は構造上視覚情報の記憶が得意な一方で言語情報や聴覚情報の記憶は苦手としている。そのため親しい相手であったとしても電話で声を聞いただけでは正確に電話主を思い出せない例は珍しくない。
確かに取引先の名前を覚える際、容姿や声と名前を結びつけると覚えやすいと言われている。文字や声の情報だけでは記憶が曖昧になるんだ。
電話で相手の名前を聞いた途端に記憶と声が結びつくことってあるわよね。それと同じ原理だと思うわ。電話での振り込め詐欺がいい例だな。電話主に名前を先に口にされると記憶と声に多少の差異があろうとも誤認してしまう。多少の声の違和感は通信の不具合が原因だろうと自分で自分を都合よく納得させてしまうんだ。
そういえばさ、老子のじっちゃんからの連絡マジで聞き取りづらさやばかったよね。あれって声の違いを隠すためだったわけ？
おそらくはな。全てが作為的な連絡だったんだよ。
そこまで分かっているなら呼びかけに答えなければよかったではありませんの？犯人の思惑通りに探偵を派遣するなんて。
信じたかったのさ。 もし犯人が老子くんを演じているのなら、彼は電話などできない状態だということだ。だから私は老子くんの生存に望みをかけて戦力を二分させることにしたんだ。洋館で罠が待ち受けていようとも無事なように、護身術に長ける武装君と大和君を同行させてな。